Let's be real, weekly therapy isn't for everyone. If you've been going to therapy for months or even years and you feel like you are always still stuck in the same old patterns, I get it. Meeting once a week for an hour can feel like taking the scenic route when you're desperate for change now. So what do you do when traditional weekly therapy just isn't fast enough? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. There's an approach that breaks the conventional traditional mold of weekly therapy and creates real momentum fast. It's called an intensive, and it might be exactly what you need. Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and welcome to Heartwork, where we're all about cultivating connection one conversation at a time. Let's dive in. So here's the thing, weekly therapy works for a lot of people, but for others it can feel like just when you're starting to make progress, time's up. Or a whole week passes, life gets busy, and that progress fades. Or maybe you're stuck in the same repeating patterns without any breakthroughs. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is where therapy intensives can help flip the script. Instead of small, spread out sessions, you get a deep, focused experience that can help you make progress in days, not months. A therapy intensive is exactly what it sounds like. It's multiple hours of therapy, usually over multiple days. It has a deep focus on the core issues without interruption, and it's a fast track to breakthrough. I've seen couples break years of toxic patterns in 3 days. Individuals who felt stuck for months finally get clarity and momentum. And research backs this up. A 3-day intensive is roughly equivalent to about 6 months of weekly therapy in terms of progress. That's because you're not starting and stopping. You stay immersed in the process, making it easier to retrain your brain and emotional responses in real time. So how do you know if an intensive might be the right fit for you? Well, maybe you're frustrated with the slow weekly therapy progress, or you're dealing with a specific issue that needs focused attention. Or maybe you're in a relationship crisis and waiting just isn't an option. Or maybe you struggle staying engaged between weekly sessions. Basically, if you're tired of waiting for change and you want real momentum now, a therapy intensive might be exactly what you need. So what does a therapy intensive actually look like? Well, it can look a lot of different ways, but for me, on day 1, we are getting clear on your core issues. No wasted time, just straight to the root of the problem. On day 2, we are doing a lot of our deep work, rewiring patterns, breaking through cycles, and changing the ways that you're interacting or thinking. And on day 3, we make sure it all sticks. And it's about building confidence, helping you feel that when you leave the intensive, you can keep up that momentum. And because it's all happening back to back, you don't have time to fall back into old habits. That's what makes it so effective. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But wait, can a few days of therapy really change everything? Well, no single approach can be a magic fit, but intensives can create powerful breakthroughs that weekly therapy just can't match. Isn't a therapy intensive, well, too intense? It's deep work, yes. But that's the point. Instead of dragging out the discomfort over months, you can move through it quickly and find relief. Does a therapy intensive have to be done in person? Nope. Many intensives can be done virtually, including mine, so you can do it out of the comfort of your own home. So if you want to get the most out of your therapy intensive, here's some ways you could prepare. First off, you want to get really clear on what it is you want to work on. The more focused your goals are, the better. Second is that you want to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because lasting deep change takes emotional work. And third is you want to plan recovery time. This is an intense experience, so creating space for yourself to recharge and reflect will be really important. And I also recommend taking small breaks throughout the day, walking, stretching, or even mindfulness exercises, because keeping your body engaged will help you absorb the work. So is this the answer you've been looking for? Well, if weekly therapy just isn't cutting it and you're ready for real change now, then a therapy intensive could be a game changer. I've worked with people who were on the brink of giving up, on therapy, on relationships, even on themselves. And after just a few days of focused work, they walked away with hope, clarity, and a real plan for change. And here's what I love. Long-term studies show that an intensive creates lasting change. Research done by Johnson and colleagues found that 76% of people were able to maintain their therapeutic gains 5 years later. That is huge. If you're nodding along and thinking, this is exactly what I need, I'd love to talk with you. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next video.